Welcome to Climate Quickies, bite-sized nuggets of climate goodies from our TED experts in under 5 minutes.
This week, we're hearing from Patagonia, our fave environmental and intersectional drag queen here at TEDxLondon.
We wanted to look at queerness in nature and how it exists in your gardens and parks.
From self-pollinating trees and birds that are intersex to fish that can switch gender, and why this proves that the outdoors isn't just for straight cis people.
Because Mother Nature didn't make all plants, animals, and of course people like that.
Enjoy and stay curious. One of the things that I want to ask, and I'm interested in this idea of seeing queerness in nature, because I don't have the frame of reference to see that. And I almost feel stupid, do you know, like it feels like a dumb question to ask,
no,
but I feel like it's definitely there and I just can't see it because I'm not looking for it. Are you talking about like animals, or are you talking about plants, or are you talking about literally everything?
Yeah, okay, so I love that you brought this up. And so like I've done some like light reading myself, but like through meeting other like incredible like outdoor humans and just like people that are just so deep in the roots of queer ecology. Like people, okay, quick shout out here. My friends Pinar and So, who run Queer Nature, incredible people that people can learn from. They're indigenous, they're non-binary, they're just incredible people who speak to this all the time. But yeah, I think what I mean is like, it's so much different than just like some gay dolphins in the ocean. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I mean when I think of gay nature. Like it's so much more than that. It's like, there are fish that can completely change gender throughout their life. Certain trees and like plant life can pollinate themselves. If we look at environments where different organisms or different elements of that ecosystem are up against a lot, oftentimes the way that that organism or that thing survives is through a queer solution of being able to adapt and to change. And so when I think of queerness, it's so much more beyond sexuality. Queerness is just the oddity in this world to problem solve no matter what, to almost be different and to bring beauty and brilliance to that through their difference and through that identity.
That makes sense to me. Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
And I think there's also something really important about, like you spoke earlier about like this, the colonial lens that we apply to climate activism.
Totally.
And I think there's also this like colonial lens that's applied to gender, right? Like where like there's a binary that's like
100%.
It's this or this. And that's so interesting what you say about the fish that can like change gender. I'm going to Google that afterwards.
So listen, so here's a cool story. So there was a cardinal that was just found in kind of like the Northeast United States that is like an intersex cardinal and literally has its gender markings straight between this white side of this cardinal that is the female cardinal and this red side, which is the male side of the cardinal. And we're literally seeing right there that like intersex creatures exist in nature beyond humans. And I think that's a really literal example. But to your point, I think hitting like queerness in nature on the head is we live in this world as humans where we put things into boxes and categories because it's the only way for our brain to make sense of them. But literally categories do not exist. Binaries do not exist at all. When we can remove the binary thinking of black and white into this murky gray beautiful rainbow, there's so much else out there than just either or this or that, or male and female, or gay or straight. There's so much more of a world there.
That's so nice that you're able to articulate that, because it feels to me, which I think is probably a big part of the climate conversation that we're missing. Thanks for listening to this quickie.
This episode was created by our usual Superstar podcast team. Until next time,
stay curious.